I know it. You know it. We all know it. Somewhere, somehow, we all know deep down, or maybe not even that deep down, that some companies and some corporations and groups are ill intent. What? Some companies utilize their power and their money to get more money and power. That's crazy, right? Okay, this is not gonna work. I know I need my glasses to see, but guess what? The lighting is so beautiful that it likes to reflect off my glasses. So what is it that I'm trying to get at? I'm trying to get at that whole Lego situation right now, okay? If you are not aware of the situation, I'll educate you a little bit, okay? Let me, I got my computer right here, so let me just, let's pull it up real quick. What is this scandal that is going around everywhere on the news, on YouTube? Well, let's get into it. I don't want to get the names wrong, so we're going to have our checking right here. So the company under fire right now is called Bricks and Minifigs. If you do not know what that is, let me get the textbook definition of what it is, okay? So, Bricks and Minifigs, also known as BAM, is the largest franchise toy store chain in North America, dedicated entirely to buying and reselling Lego products, okay? You want to know the craziest thing? I've been there. I've been there with my partner many times. I didn't even register that it was the same store until today when I was like, I wonder if that one Lego resale store is Bricks and Minifigs, and I look it up on Google Maps, and there it is. It literally is Bricks and Minifigs, and I felt horrible because I've given them my money, and so has my partner, and I just, I'm not animalistically angry with, you know, the people that work for Bricks and Minifigs. I'm not blaming the people that are hired, but it absolutely is the owner's fault for not dealing with this scandal, okay? So let me explain the scandal for you, okay? Because it is literally insane. Let me get my facts straight right now. Okay, so Bricks and Minifigs, we now know that they are the Lego product purchasing reselling store, okay? So you bring in your used Legos or Legos you don't want or whatever. They will buy them from you and then resell them for more so that they make a profit. Pretty basic, right? Well, there was an elderly man, and he, in 2023, he allowed Bricks and Minifigs to resell his $200,000 Star Wars Lego collection, okay? So, what happened was, blah, 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 privately held, blah, 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 blah. So, in 2024, the relationship between the store's former operators and Bricks and Minifigs corporate collapsed. Whoa, it collapsed. Corporate representatives stepped in to take over that location and allegedly retained the old man's collection, claiming that the original consignment agreement was unauthorized by the company. So they stole the man's Legos, okay? They stole this old man's Legos. So, why is that crazy? Okay, well, the son of the man who lost his $200,000 collection went to a YouTuber named Benjamin Paul Schneider, aka RecklessBen. That is his username, okay? And he wanted him to investigate that situation. And so what ended up happening was they ended up accusing Bricks and Minifigs of stealing that man's life savings and his Legos, and they started trying to sue Bricks and Minifigs for stealing his collection and refusing to give it back or give him the profits for them selling his Legos without his permission. Sounds pretty solid of an argument. However, during this whole scandal, RecklessBen has done everything legally possible to talk to these owners, to talk to the store in Oregon that did this, to try to show that he attempted to make contact because he's not able to carry on this sue in court unless he showed proof that he tried to have a conversation about the due payments and how they were going to resolve the situation. Did any of those parties want to communicate? No, of course not. Did they just be quiet or try to instigate a bunch of lies? Of course they did. What am I talking about? Well, let's just say I have seen the body cam footage of this poor YouTuber, RecklessBen, going door to door to these people, demanding payments, rightfully so. Somehow the Utah police are on board with this stuff because I watched that body cam footage of when him and his crew were leaving one of the owner's houses or something, and they pulled them over with seemingly no means to pull them over. Okay, they said, oh, you failed to stop at the stop sign. Ooh. I watched that body cam footage. They came to a stop for a solid 2 seconds. So now the Utah police are straight up just, but we said that he didn't stop. So he didn't. And did you also know that you're not supposed to be here? This guy's feeling victimized by your guys' presence and making demands. Demands that he legally has to do because the courts won't let him do any suing if he doesn't show that he tried to do something about it before he sued. It's like the cops don't even know the laws, or they're hoping by them being the law that they can get away with this stuff and completely lie about the situation to the public. They release a statement. The Utah Police Department released a statement where it's just a bunch of lies. It's a bunch of baloney. You can pull it up on YouTube and listen. And you can also side by side watch RecklessBen's literal, his own body cam video. And it doesn't match up. What else does the police do? They end up swatting RecklessBen's place, arresting him and his friends for a bunch of baloney reasons that have no evidence. So the Utah police tried to say that he was responsible for stealing it, that some Airbnb owner overheard a conversation about them being the ones to take it, which, hearsay, I think that's called hearsay and not probable cause. That's not, anyone can say anything. That's why witness statements don't really hold up in court anymore, because anyone can say anything and a lot of people can misinterpret what they see or what they hear. Wow. So, they swat his place and they even capture the police officers talking on a camera about what they're doing. They literally catch... So all of this is because Bricks and Minifigs refuses to give back the Legos or to properly subsidize this poor old man for his $200,000 collection that he rightfully so should be getting. Those were his. He was agreeing to... And then you have Bricks and Minifigs writing Patreon, making demands for Patreon to execute RecklessBen's account. You know what Patreon CEO said? He said, shove it. He literally... Good for you, sir. I finally have a CEO that's not afraid to say, you know what? Shove it. You don't like it? Sue us. You know why he's okay doing this? We all know why. Bricks and Minifigs, yes, they're popular, but they don't have more money than Patreon. Patreon has a lot more money than Bricks and Minifigs. Do you really think you're gonna win in court against Patreon? Especially with all this evidence coming out against you as a company? Bam! Hello? This situation could have been de-escalated before it ever escalated. This is the problem with Stop being greedy. Okay, I know it was an expensive collection and that you want to make money, but you are causing your own downfall right now. You are making such a spectacle in front of the public that is so blatantly corrupt, so blatantly evil, and you expect that you're gonna win this, whatever this is. And this is why people have a hard time trusting corporations, is because they go out and do stuff like this. Or, even worse, they get the police involved and on their side. That's corruption of power if I've ever heard it. You don't get to utilize the police unethically and without moral or lawful cause. You don't get to do that. So the fact that they're getting away with it, I mean, are we surprised that they would try? I don't even think so. With everything that's happened already in our country in the past 5 years or 6-7 years, I mean, I'm sorry, look at the Epstein files. No one's been really arrested for that either, okay? Do we really trust that they're gonna be lawful all the time, the justice system or police? I'm sorry, no, because the track record has been no. And I do know there's good people in law enforcement. I do know there's people that get into it for the right reasons, but it always takes that one bad apple to just soil every other apple. And in this case, it's so true. You're making your company look bad. You're making the Utah police look bad. Just come on. Can't we just handle this peacefully with words in court? Settle it in court like grown people? No, they gotta make a bunch of lies and they gotta try to shut Ben down. They gotta try to say that he's the one lying, he's the one that stole it, he's the one that instigated, when we all know that's baloney. I'm so flabbergasted by this situation. Watching other people on YouTube cover it has my jaw hanging to the freaking floor. Like, I might need to buy a crank to re-screw my jaw back up from how much it was hitting the floor over the audacity I had that this was going on and police were in on it. And I'm like watching it live time just unfold in front of me and it's just a complete catastrophe. Really, nothing can surprise me anymore. I can't. 2026, I can't. Like, nothing surprises me anymore what goes on. But somehow, life always finds a way to just be like, I bet you didn't expect this one, buddy. Uno reverse card. No. More like pick 4 card. Because it's like pick up 4 more scandal card. Oh my gosh. What do we think the outcome of this is going to be? Do you think Bricks and Minifigs is going to apologize and they're going to just give this poor man his due? Or do we think they're going to be corrupt and keep pushing this narrative that is not true? It's not true. Like, you can look at the evidence yourself and be like, that doesn't match up, okay? And normally the simplest answer is the truest answer. And the truth is, that all looks and sounds like baloney. So what do we think's going to happen? Do we think Ben is going to be safe coming back? Because I think he's in Mexico right now because they have a warrant for his arrest or something. Ridiculous. What are we going to do, y'all? Are you guys supporting his GoFundMe? Because RecklessBen has a GoFundMe, apparently, so you can actually donate to him to help him out. I myself am too broke. As you guys, if you look at any of my other videos, you know I'm broke, bro. But yeah, I can at least say he has a GoFundMe. So if you're not as broke, maybe pitch $1. End the corrupt bureaucracy that there is in this country by pitching $1 to a good citizen, okay? Because we need some of that right now. We need people that are willing to call out the craziest things going on that everyone's just okay with happening. We should be holding people accountable, okay? And these kind of people that do are normally the first ones that disappear, okay? I'm not kidding. These kind of people that want to hold other people accountable in power, I don't want those people disappearing, okay? Or having to leave to go to Mexico because the government's after them. Like, Those are the people that should be helping us, and so we should help them, okay? Because they normally are citizens that have the best interests of other citizens in mind because they're actively living as a citizen in the country, okay? So if you want to go help RecklessBen, you can go donate to GoFundMe, and I am not getting paid to say that. I am literally saying that because that's the rightest thing I would have done. I think I saw somebody donated $7,000. You're a G. You're a real one, okay? So, what do we think's gonna happen? Are you guys in support of RecklessBen? If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go check out other videos about it. It describes it way more in depth with clips from the creator and everything. But this is just crazy. And if you know that that's happening, can you imagine what other companies are doing? This is just the one that's big. This is just the one that's being streamed all over, okay? I'm sure this is happening a million times over elsewhere, okay? All around us. But this is a story that's important because it's making us see trends and making us understand our rights as people and what we can do. But it also is a warning that if you do push for your rights, sometimes they push back. People will push back. Governments will push back. Law enforcement will push back. Business owners will push back. And you have to be prepared and educated. And that's the best defense you can have is be educated. Educate yourself on your rights. Get yourself a civil rights lawyer or attorney. Do something to protect yourself. And if you can't afford that, your best dollar should be spent on gaining knowledge. If you need to get a law book, go ahead. But most things are free now on the internet. If you have internet, utilize it to protect yourself. Because the one thing they can't take away, well, legally, is your rights, okay? They can argue all day long, whatever, but if you know your rights and you know the truth, or at least your truth, and you can defend it, defend it. Do not let corporations tell you you're a bunch of baloney. Do not let corporations take your money, steal from you, and get away with it. They need to stop getting away with it, so they stop trying to do it, okay? So go get educated on this situation if you haven't already. I know that some people get really carried away with the day-to-day and they're busy and tired. I'm busy and tired, okay? I understand. But these little things matter. This is the kind of stuff that is impacting your life because we are ruled by corporations. You should care about it. And if you don't, I wish I was you because I would be a lot less stressed. But if you are like me and you care about this kind of stuff, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that we're in this together. Anyway, so go ahead and get informed. If you can pitch in to help, you know? Like, this is the kind of stuff we should be trying to help out, okay? If not, just spread the word. That's it. You got friends that, I know you got friends that like YouTube. I know that everyone knows somebody that watches YouTube. Just be like, hey, have you seen that thing about bricks and minifigs? Have you seen that scandal? And then get them to look it up on YouTube. I swear, it's the most interesting real life story I've had since, I don't even think hantavirus was that interesting because it just disappeared. Probably the Epstein files, it's reminding me a little bit of that corruption. So, anyway, that's all I really have to say. So, I hope everybody's having an okay. That's a little backwards to all of a sudden come back and be like, I hope you're having a good day. But I actually do. I really do. Like, if anything, this is making me feel empowered because somebody is standing up. Somebody's saying something. We could all be doing that. So end it on that note, you know? You can do something about it. You can. We as people can do something about corruption. We can stand together, okay? That's great. So end on that note. Anyway, I just wanted to yap about that because it keeps getting more crazy and interesting. I had to share it. And I really hope it gets resolved soon. I really hope RecklessBen's okay. So shout out RecklessBen. Hope you're doing good, buddy, because we need y'all. Thank you for your service. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. But bye.